and gentlemen, and welcome
hello.
to the Genshin 3.3 special program.
Indeed.
Where we are here to find out what's new coming to Genshin. Yo, dude,
A friendly
what?
word of advice. Test of Courage events tend to give rise to a variety of strange rumors and stories.
What?
So please, be sure to exercise caution.
Wait, we're gonna... Oh my gosh, we're getting a spooky event.
How was that?
What's that?
Scared?
Wait,
We're getting a Halloween event now?
it's kind of late, but
Really a
I'll
ghost
take
around
it.
here?
okay.
Why this time I have a feeling that it's staring right at us?
Are you
Talking to me.
What's up? Hi?
Wait, was that?
That was a cool design.
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me.
Jester?
From this day forth,
Oh,
Balladeer and Kabuki Mono will cease to exist.
Kabuki Mono, was that
Did you
his
really
old
think
name?
you would be able to
guess.
see through my plan?
Dottore.
Yo. Okay.
In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Hey!
Oh! Dude, let us see when he gets
Oh.
the vision, please.
He's not a pugilist. Okay. That's still pretty sick, though.
Dude, look at all these abilities. And yes,
flying?
he can fly. He has a jetpack.
What? I mean, that's cool, but what?
What in the flip? Oh, this girl looks great.
Here to
Symmetric?
mess with me.
Okay, this music.
Too late for regret.
Oh, she's a bow unit. Interesting.
You didn't notice her shooting?
No, I kind of missed
I
that.
just noticed another animal character.
Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
What is that?
Wait,
It's like
what?
a tiny thing.
Is that like a tiny Scaramouche?
Yes, it is. Oh, it's him in the back. Wait, what?
So it's him falling into himself. So I can only assume that the Animo version of him is like freedom, since that is the whole thing with Animo. So that's probably why he's facing himself. He has to like
Probably.
conquer his demons.
Is this a character quest or is this a main story beat?
It seems like all the
Oh,
stuff
I mean,
that's
technically both.
it seems like everything that's happening in this patch is in Inazuma, so they may tie into each other, but it also may just be a story quest. They're gonna tell us, but I'm assuming it's a story quest.
Unless the spooky and this are not related. They could have just been showing us a teaser for both things. I don't know why we're having a spookies now, but I'm fine with it.
We're going into December, and it's like, yeah, now we do the
Now
Halloween
it's
event.
spooky time. Christmas gets to encroach upon Halloween's territory. It's time that
Hey
it comes
everyone,
back.
and welcome to the Genshin Impact version 3.3 special
Oh,
program.
what?
I'm
Hi.
your host, Sarah Miller-Cruz, the voice of Lumine in Genshin Impact.
Oh, nice.
And today, I'm joined by...
Max, the one and only middleman voice
Yes!
of the one and only Arataki Ito.
And I'm Patrick Pedraza, voice of the Wanderer. But up until now, travelers have only known me as Scaramouche, and everyone's been battling me in the game lately.
Yeah, that's true. But, to be fair, it's a really cool fight.
It's a really cool fight.
Yeah,
It
I know.
is.
Anyway, I'm super excited
Not
to
too
have
bad
the
once you
chance
get
to
used
share
to it.
some upcoming content with everyone. What did you all think about that trailer?
Okay, so I definitely saw Irminsul in there, and I am really excited to find out more about it.
Yeah,
Oh, the
that
tree.
trailer had everything. It had everything. It had action. It had drama. It was lighthearted in places, but it was dramatic.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just super stoked for everyone to see Scaramouche's, backstory. I'm super excited about it for reals.
Heck yeah.
Well, speaking of that, following the story's development, Scaramouche is still in Nahida's custody. So I bet the
Okay.
question everyone's wanting to know is how he'll become the Wanderer.
Yeah, for sure. And there's quite a story behind that. If you're interested, then be sure to play through the Archon Quest Interlude chapter.
Oh,
in
it's an
version of
Archon
Genesis.
quest.
Okay, it is a
so
main
much
quest.
To learn in this
Nice.
quest. so I hope everyone checks it out.
That does make
Oh,
sense.
come on, man. You can't just leave everyone hanging like that. How about some hints?
It is a major
Come on,
character.
Please,
Yeah.
please.
What is that?
All
What?
right, all right. How can I say no to a cute chibi-ito? Here's a little preview from the quest.
Eh?
Yo!
So that's
We
Irminsul?
ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. From what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
What?
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Is that like a
What's
baby?
that again?
Tatarasuna. I know the name.
Why are
I
they
don't
talking
remember.
about Tatarasuna?
Crap.
I guess we'll have to see. It is interesting, though, to see the Traveler, Nahida, and Scaramouche all together so peacefully like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in this interlude chapter, Nahida will task the Traveler and Paimon with keeping an eye on Scaramouche while we go with him into Irminsul in search of some information.
Oh, interesting. So obviously Nahida must have some reason for deciding to keep Scaramouche around.
Oh, yeah, totally. And I'm liking Scaramouche's new style. Ooh, dude's looking sharp.
Heck yeah, always. No, right.
It actually is quite
At this
nice.
point,
I like
he's
his
known
new
by a
design.
completely different name, the Wanderer. I love that name.
Okay, so I know I'm not the only one who's curious about what happened. I mean, it looks like he's really changed a lot.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm afraid that's all we can show for now.
come
Travelers will
on.
have to experience the
I mean,
story
I don't
for
wanna get spoiled
themselves
too much
in-game.
immediately, so.
I mean, it's better to explore the storyline without too many spoilers, right?
True, true.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Okay, we'll leave the rest for travelers to discover themselves. But the Wanderer is also going to be a new playable character in version 3.3, so let's talk
Dude.
about that. I'm sure many of our viewers are curious about his talents.
Heck yeah, sure thing. Let's have a look at the Wanderer in combat.
Oh, yes.
I really want to pull for him,
to exchange pleasantries.
but I
it's rather
need
pathetic
to save.
force a
don't know.
conversation.
Depends how funny he is.
Silence.
That's
Wind
so
rises.
cool.
I was really expecting him to be a pugilist. And that.
Oh,
Okay, that's
head.
pretty cool.
oh, that burst.
Such a quick one, too.
It is. What was that?
All right, Patrick, you're up. Help
Okay,
introduce
that,
the Wanderer for us.
Freaking.
Sure thing. The Wanderer is a catalyst user and has an animo-vision, so he uses wind blades to perform
why does it look
ranged
so
normal
crispy?
attacks.
Wait,
Wait a
Daniel, you need
second.
an animal
Windblade?
character.
Not the same as the
Oh, yeah, I only have
Traveler's
sucrose.
Windblade, though.
Okay.
This could
So,
actually
as
be the
everyone
one for
probably
you.
already noticed, the Wanderer can hover in
Come
the air when he
on!
casts his elemental skill. Upon using his elemental skill, he will first deal AoE damage before leaping into the air and entering a hovering state. So while hovering, the Wanderer's normal and charge attacks will be converted into Kugo Fushudan and Kugu Tofukai respectively. The damage they deal and their AoE will
Yo!
be increased. Their damage
Just-
will be considered normal and charge attack
Like
damage.
that.
You just
respectively.
smack it.
Also, Kugu Tofukai will not consume stamina, and he can remain hovering for a certain duration.
Wait, so he gets another stamina bar, but it's not your real.
No, it doesn't
I
deplete
know,
stamina.
right?
What?
But he can't stay hovering forever. While hovering, the Wanderer constantly consumes Kuguryoku points
Okay,
He does have
to
his own
maintain
stamina,
his
okay.
hovering state, which is the blue meter you see on the screen. Even if he doesn't move or attack, hovering will still consume Kuguryoku
Oh, you could.
points.
Okay.
That's
So
still
this
really good,
mechanic
though.
works a little differently than our typical stamina meter. There are many possible actions the Wanderer can perform while hovering in the air, which
Dude,
all
with
rely on
Zhongli's
Kuguryoku
pillar,
points
that would be
rather
so
than stamina.
busted.
So, for example, sprinting mid-air will consume additional Kuguryoku points to accelerate mid-air, and holding the sprint button will cause persistent point consumption to maintain speed. So this effect will replace
sense.
the default
Sprinting.
sprint. Jumping expends extra Kuguryoku points
can jump?
to increase hovering height. Holding
Wait,
jump
wha-
will cause persistent Kuguryoku point consumption.
Oh, like spacebar,
to
you go
keep
up.
increasing hovering height. Of course, running out of points will end his hovering state.
Oh, okay. So travelers will need to plan their actions.
Can you
while
switch to
hovering.
another character while being in midair?
So
and
with
get like a
his
free drop
talent,
attack?
Jade
I-
Flame Flower,
That's a
when
great
casting
question.
His elemental skill,
Characters
it
like Ito would love
contacts
that.
Pyro, Cryo, or Electro,
So weird that Ito has that.
instance of the skill will receive a corresponding buff
extra little
effect
blue ring?
depending on
I don't
which
know.
element was contacted. So, for example, increasing his Kuguryoku points cap, attack, crit rate, or restoring a set amount of energy upon hitting opponents with a normal or charged attack. The Wanderer can have up to 2 different kinds of these buffs simultaneously.
Whoa.
Look, check that out. Part of the halo behind him changes color depending on the buffs you get.
Okay.
So travelers will be able to easily understand what effect
Wait, he is
the
attacking
Wanderer
so
currently
fast.
has.
Wait, is he
I
throwing
like
his
that.
hat
It's
or something?
helpful and still looks really
That'd
cool.
be hilarious if
Yeah.
he is.
So
I almost
after
thought I saw him
unlocking
throw his
another
hat.
talent,
But I think his
Gale's
hat
Reverie,
disappears.
When
Ah,
the
okay.
Wanderer is in the hovering state, if his normal or charged attack hits an enemy, there is a set chance to gain another buff effect, allowing him to sprint midair without consuming Kuguryoku points. Additionally, this buff effect will fire wind arrows to attack the enemy.
Ooh.
Oh, dope. I'm sure extra buff effects like that will go a long way.
He
for
looks
players
so
when they're in
cool.
combat.
Yeah, for sure. And if you've noticed, there is a colorful aura of light around his body to indicate when that buff effect is triggered.
I saw that.
That's
Strange these
pretty
parties they're
cool.
putting him with.
I love all the detail they've put into the Wanderer.
All
I don't
this
know.
brings us
Yeah,
to
what
the
would you run
Wanderer's
him-
Elemental burst.
What would you run him with?
Yay!
So check this out.
Oh, it's just a-
Upon
it's just a
unleashing his
nuke.
burst, he compresses the atmosphere and stomps it down toward the enemy.
Ow.
Travelers should note that if the Wanderer is in a hovering state when he unleashes his burst, then the hovering state will end and he will begin descending after the burst is completed.
Okay.
This stomping animation is a little aggressive.
Yeah, but it's
Dude,
cool.
it's just a
I
freaking.
know, and it actually suits his
Ugh.
character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't help but agree.
Wait. Let's not forget about the exploration talent.
Ah, yes.
Oh.
This
What?
is an interesting one. The Wanderer can decrease
Oh.
the Mora required when ascending bows and catalysts.
Oh,
Hey, now, you can never complain about saving Mora.
What
Am I
is
right?
this? Is the
Okay,
new
that's
thing, right?
True.
that's a new thing.
I didn't get to read it,
now
all of
that
it.
we've seen the Wanderer,
I'll
let's
have to go
move
back.
on
You'll
have
the
to go
next
back.
New character.
Dang.
Are you ready?
I'm
Oh,
ready.
it's crit damage.
Yay!
Okay, of course it is.
It's gonna be a really powerful catalyst,
Oh,
isn't
what
it?
did you say?
Dang it.
I'm old now, so every other phrase escapes my ears. Try calling me Madam Faruzan.
Well, I
And I'll
don't.
see
You don't
if I
look
can
very
keep that
old.
up.
Ooh, that's a nice idol.
What? Yeah, she's an inventor, I think, or something.
So you're not old.
Bad
What is it
idea.
that you would like to learn more about? Different forms of pressure-based puzzle mechanisms? The base layer design of elemental monuments? Huh. Wait. Did you forget to call me Madam Faruzan just now when you asked your question? What? What? There's nothing wrong with being afraid of thunder, even at an older age.
You're not even.
Oh, she sounds
Gosh.
sassy.
Yeah, it
know.
sounds
Sassy.
smart too.
A researcher from
so
100
awesome.
years
It's
ago?
fun.
I wonder what her skirt's made
I
out
know,
of.
her design is
It's
so
like glass or
cool
something.
and really detailed. I
Oh,
love
she's
it.
from the. Oh,
So, even though she looks super young, she's actually an old person? Like, where's my teeth?
Well, she's not that old.
I
Oh,
don't know,
right.
could've fooled me.
Faruzan's
only
age is
100
probably
years.
still nothing compared to Scaramouche.
Mm-hmm.
It is
But
actually
let's
still
call
kinda
him
young.
the Wanderer.
In the world of Genshin?
Okay, you know who I meant. Actually, now that I think about it, yokai can also live a really long time too.
That's right, yeah, no, and speaking of age, isn't the Traveler's age also kind of mysterious?
Mm-hmm, that's true. It looks like all of our
bless
characters
her.
are intriguing.
Thank you.
But it's safe to say that Faruzan is way older than most people in Teyvat. Faruzan works in the Academia's Haravatat Darshan and has been a hairbod, which roughly means mentor, for over a century.
So I bet everyone out there is wondering if she's also some kind of creature blessed with long life, you know? Like Klee?
No, she's actually just your regular, typical human being.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, I
maybe
was not
so
thinking
typical.
that, but now I'm
About
wondering.
100 years ago, Faruzan was an undisputed genius, traveling all around Sumeru and solving many puzzles.
She
and
turns
mysteries.
out to be a
The
Sealy or
notes she left
something.
behind eventually became
she's a
the
human.
basis of mechanical
No, I'm
research
just
for
messing.
later generations.
Whoa. she
Her hair
sounds
looks very
pretty
Sealy for some
amazing.
reason to me.
But later, she accidentally stumbled into some ruins while trying to solve a puzzle. There, she encountered some strange phenomenon which stopped her from aging, and was trapped there for nearly 100 years.
Woo.
She eventually solved the puzzle and was able to finally return to Sumeru.
Wait,
Can
so,
you
okay,
imagine
she
being
is
trapped in
aging,
a
but she was
puzzle
stuck
for
in a
100
trap.
years? Wait. So that's how she's been hairbod for over a century.
Yeah. And even now, she still has the pride of a scholar in her heart and is a very talented person. It's just that after being separated from the world for so long, she's kind of fallen behind the times now.
Oh, hey, I get what you mean. She was once a proud researcher in a niche field that has become unpopular after 100 years. So, is she still completely dedicated to her field?
Yep. And she often tries
I would
using her
hate being
old
stuck in
age
a
as
room
means of
for like
drumming up
100
support
years.
for her ideas.
It's a good
However,
puzzle.
I
Oy.
think she'd prefer to be complained about for using her seniority rather than garnering sympathy for her experience of being trapped in the ruins.
Yeah, sounds like she's quite the character.
I know, right? Okay, so now that we've covered her backstory, why don't we take a look at Faruzan's abilities in combat?
Let's do it.
I am interested.
Fight.
Yes.
100
death.
years have passed, yet there hasn't been any change to those dumb rules at the
I've heard
Academia.
that this girl's could be great as a
Dare to mess
support
with
character
me?
for Xiao. What the heck? Oh, that's cool.
Have fun with this gift.
So that's just constant.
What the heck?
Oh, follows. Okay.
It's like a.
I
Like a
love
pet?
all the geometric shapes when she's playing. Did you guys see that?
I don't
Yes,
know what
there's
else
so
to call
much
it.
geometry, and I took geometry.
It looks so cool.
Ah, yeah.
So, Faruzan is an animo character, and she wields a bow as her weapon. Her normal attacks are the usual bow attacks you'd expect from a
Sick.
bow user, so there's not too much to say about that.
Wait, what is that
But
bow?
her skills are where things get interesting. Her elemental skill deploys a polyhedron that deals damage to enemies. After using her skill, her next aimed shot will become a special attack that creates a vortex, pulling nearby objects and opponents in.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
so
it's
she can
like,
clump enemies together.
And there's also another thing about her special charged attack. It will create a vortex effect at its point of impact. And if the attack hits an enemy or ally member, it'll apply a mark and create a vortex after a short delay.
Okay.
What?
So it looks like there will be a lot of potential uses for this attack. Travelers will have to experiment with it and see what they come up with.
Yeah, I think it'd be amazing to try hitting teammates with the arrow in co-op mode and have them charge into the enemies to group them all together.
Wait.
I'll have to see who wants to try that with me. After unlocking
That
the talent
sounds
Impetuous
amazing.
Flow, the time required for fully charging Faruzan's next shot will be reduced, and the arrow will reduce the target enemy's
Okay,
animo
so the buffy
resistance.
gets depends on the elemental
In her
swirl.
elemental burst,
Interesting.
she deploys a dazzling polyhedron and releases a whirlwind pulse. Throughout its duration,
wait, never mind,
the
it's random?
dazzling polyhedron will continuously move along
It's
a
the
triangular
power of
path.
math.
Oh, it
Once
moves in a
reaches
triangle.
each corner of that triangular path, it will unleash one more whirlwind pulse.
Yeah, 1 minute she's here.
It's kinda
next
cute.
She's polygone.
Oh, how
For
freaking dare you.
100 years. Bada boom.
Oh, how dare you.
That was painful.
Even Cyno's jokes are funnier than that.
It was pretty
All
funny.
right.
Ow.
All right.
You didn't have to murder him
let's
like
hear
that.
what effects these whirlwind pulses have.
Sure. When the whirlwind pulse hits opponents, it will decrease their animo resistance. It will
Oh.
also apply an animo damage buff effect to all nearby party members when it's unleashed.
Ah.
Travelers should note that the effective
Okay,
range of
that's
this buff
nice.
is quite large, and it's not just within the whirlwind pulse.
Okay, I
itself,
get- they're
so
dead.
There's
You
no
can
need
stop.
to go chasing the polyhedron.
Oh, never mind.
After
How
unlocking
would they-
her talent,
what?
Lost Wisdom of the Seven Caverns, when a team member uses normal, charged, or plunging attacks, elemental skills, or elemental bursts to deal animo damage to an enemy, the damage will increase based on Faruzan's base attack. This effect can
What are
only
these
be triggered
missiles?
once for a certain duration of time.
Oh, so it seems she'll be the solid support.
Would
Totally.
Yelan work
And
on
as a
him with her
researcher of
alt and
mechanics and
everything?
puzzles,
Would it like
Faruzan
continue
has taken it upon
in the
herself to
air? I
explore
wonder.
many ruins, with her travels taking her all across Sumeru. Her exploration talent reflects this, and she gains more
25%
rewards when
more
dispatched on a Sumeru expedition for 20 hours.
I'm sure no other mentor in
Apples.
Habitat has 100 years of experience in solving puzzles.
Yeah, I gotta say.
Too bad
it's
Sumeru doesn't have
pretty hard to
too many good
beat.
things for expeditions.
So,
No, the
big
expeditions
question
kind of
is,
are
when can travelers
mostly
expect
fruity,
to
which
get
would make
these
sense.
new characters?
Yeah, it's kind of
That
okay.
is a good question. Let's talk about the upcoming event wishes. In the early part of version 3.3, the Wanderer and Arataki Ito will
Oh,
be
she's gonna be in
available via
both.
their
It's been
own
a while.
event wishes. Faruzan will also
Huh.
be making her
Also, I'm
debut
sorry,
in these
Ito.
event wishes. In the later part of version 3.3, we'll be seeing rerun
Wow.
event wishes for
Two
both
swords,
the Raiden Shogun and Kamisato Ayato. And last but not least, The new
What?
5-star
Oh.
catalyst, Tula's Remembrance, will be appearing in a new weapon event wish.
And that's not all.
Tule
In version
Tulas.
3.3,
That's a cool name.
Two brand new artifact series will become available. So travelers should be sure to check out the corresponding domain.
Woo! More artifacts!
Interesting.
I hope travelers will have
Animal
fun
bonus
experimenting
damage
and
when
trying
charge
new
attack hits an opponent. The
combinations
equipped
with
character's normal
Yeah.
attack speed is
Okay.
increased by 10%, while
We've
normal
already
charge
talked about a
plunging
ton
attack
of new
damage will increase by
content, so why don't
40.
we take a quick
Increase
break with
elemental
another
mastery by
redemption
80.
code.
Equipping
Sounds good.
characters
Roll
Bloom,
out
Hyper
the
Bloom,
code.
Bird.
Oh, it's a
Reaction increased by 40?
what?
I didn't get to read the rest of that.
So we're gonna need to spam the flip out of that new artifact set
Oh, yeah. For actually the new characters
and Nahida.
and for Nahida. Wow.
Jeez.
Too bad Animo and Bloom just don't go together.
Okay, so that new set would be great for that artifact set. It's gonna be great for the Wanderer and Xiao. Xiao's gonna love that as well.
Don't forget about you, not Yasuo.
I don't know if Kazuha would build off of that.
I have no idea.
I don't think Venti would either, because they're not really normal or charge
By the way,
attack
the
guys.
Wanderer's being more of an Animo Archon than Venti is.
Wow, damn, you just gotta call him out like that, don't you?
I mean, I'm just putting that out there.
Venti isn't as aggressive as him. The Wanderer is a bit aggressive.
What do you mean Venti's not as aggressive? Have you seen the things he's done?
I mean, no, I haven't. I've heard about them, but I haven't seen
Welcome back to
them.
the
That's fair.
version
Oh!
3.3 special program. Okay,
What?
Patrick, what do we have
That's a
next?
sick, great
so
sword.
next,
Let's
we'll be
freaking
covering the
go.
upcoming events for the new version.
That's right.
Is it for
We've already
Ito?
mentioned the Test of Courage event, and I'm sure plenty of you were
Please!
wondering about that, so let's start there.
No spooky skins.
You must be here to participate in the test of courage.
Please be a
Already see
defense
dark
claymore.
aura surrounding the two of you. If you carelessly go running into the event, all it'll take is one little misstep, and the darkness will swallow you up. Some strange and unusual things may occur along the way. If you ever feel you can't handle it,
I
you
love
may
that
withdraw
kimono.
from the event at any time. This is your last chance.
Woo!
I'll count it down. 3, 2, 1. Welcome
How
to the test
dare
of courage.
you.
Enter at your own
Get out of
risk.
here.
That was pretty interesting.
Dude, what does the sword do?
Yeah,
I don't know,
mean,
but I just want
It
it.
is a test of courage, so I'm
wanna see
sure
what it
there'll
looks
be
like
some
assembled.
scary stuff going on there.
I ain't scared.
Anyway, to successfully clear this event, we'll be facing a series of little tests.
Ooh, what's this? Tests, you say?
Yes, that's right.
Ooh.
Word has it that if you walk around the test of courage, you might find yourself encountering a special sort of game. We've already got the rules down, so I'll do a quick introduction.
What the
Basically,
flip?
travelers will have to control
Oh.
a bouncing bar to bounce
That's
a ball
not
and
what I was
use skill ball
expecting.
effects to break as many
okay.
bricks as possible.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
I'm
actually
liking
kind of
this
cool. That's
one.
a nice
Seems
twist
pretty
to it.
straightforward.
During the game,
Oh,
travelers
the
will be
element
able
is your
to trigger
character.
elemental reactions to break bricks more effectively.
Nice. It
Why are
even
you
has
using ice
elemental
on ice?
reactions.
Yeah.
Or is that what you
we
have
can
to do?
control the character to
I
move
don't.
the bar. When the character we're using is either pyro, hydro, cryo, or electro, the corresponding element will be applied to the bar. By switching characters, you can change the element of the bar.
Okay, all the pieces
What?
are falling in place now. The bar
What?
tends
What?
to use a certain element.
Oh,
and the
lightning
blocks
plus-
also have their own
Wait,
elements, so causing a skill ball of one
Oh,
element
flip.
to hit blocks of different elements will trigger elemental reactions. There, how'd I do?
Yep, you nailed it. The bar will add the element corresponding to your character. Besides triggering reactions the way you just mentioned, if a skill ball is already infused by an element
that
and it hits
hurts.
the bar, it will also trigger a reaction,
I don't
causing
think there
the
was
skill
anything
ball
they
to
could
have
do.
some additional effects. When preparing
not
your
expecting
team,
it,
you
but-
can equip modifiers to receive various buff effects, which will help you successfully clear the challenge.
Oh, nice.
Also, when there are
I
less
played
than a
so
certain
many of
amount
these
bricks on
games
the
in,
board, and the
school.
ball lands another
Oh,
hit,
yeah.
the bar
Like,
will
this was-
unleash fireworks.
These were the kind of video
Yeah.
games you could play when you were in
Travelers
school.
can
That was
utilize
it.
this
Like,
effect
Hey,
to
man.
break some bricks that would
Yeah.
normally be
us
difficult to hit
gamers, we
directly.
gotta get our fix
Like
somewhere,
a
man.
Bonus attack.
Even if it's
Yeah.
at okay games.
So, travelers will need to select characters
These are
with
tricky,
the right
actually.
elements, equip the appropriate modifiers, and use different elemental reactions to break bricks and score more points.
And then travelers will be able to use their points to exchange for rewards
Yo.
in the event shop, correct?
Ooh,
That's right.
that was satisfying.
Also, travelers will have the option of teaming up and playing the event together
Oh,
in
please.
co-op mode.
Oh, my.
Oh, looks like a
flipping.
lot of fun.
Yeah, super fun.
Versus.
Yeah, in addition to this minigame, the
Show us
Test
the
of
sword.
Courage storyline will also contain more
Like the
challenges.
stats.
Travelers will even have a chance to meet with some good friends again, so be sure to check out this new event.
Who could it
All
be?
right, let's
Wait, the
move
event's
on to our
minigame is
next
literally
event.
just Brick
Okay,
Breaker?
so next up, we have a race event called
is that smoking?
Across the
Never mind.
Wilderness.
There's probably a story that
Your
goes with it.
objective, collecting balloons.
Ooh,
I don't know. Seems like the
ooh.
Wanderer's abilities might come in real handy here.
I know, right?
So, in this event, each stage will
Or
have
Aelon.
wilderness balloons scattered all around. Travelers will need to find as many wilderness balloons as possible within the time limit to earn increasingly
So is
better
that a
rewards.
balloon?
So
No,
during
no,
the
those are
challenge,
balloons. Those are
Travelers will
balloons.
be able to utilize their character's skills and talents. So it'll be important to assemble the right team depending on the traits and terrain of the challenge area.
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
Yeah, so
multiple
travelers
areas.
can also use something called the Wilderness Compass to obtain various buffs, which include enhanced
okay.
jumping capabilities, increased movement speed, or unlimited stamina, etc.
Ooh, cool.
However, you can only claim one buff during each challenge. You must consume Blessed Energy to use the compass and gain the selected buff. You may charge the compass up by finding wilderness balloons
okay there?
or interacting with Blessed Energy in the challenge. Or you can always wait for the compass to passively charge over time.
Ooh.
Yo, this event looks pretty crazy. It's almost like watching parkour.
Yeah, there are two different kinds of wilderness balloons in these challenges. The first is harvest balloons, which will increase the overall progress of your search for wilderness balloons.
okay.
The other kind is sonar balloons, which will cause several harvest balloons to appear around you for a set amount of time.
That's awesome.
So there will be 5 stages available for this event, and travelers will need to consider the conditions
Oh, boy.
and terrain of each stage to come up with the best way to complete it. Also, travelers may team up in co-op mode for
Dude.
challenges.
Ooh, more chances to play together. I love it.
Yeah, same.
Okay,
Let's move
okay.
on to our next event.
Everyone's
Whoa.
favorite game of hide and seek is back with the Windtrace event. And of course,
If you can't
it's
tell,
going
this
to
is
be
definitely a
another
filler
co-op
patch.
event, and I,
But
for one, am
I'm fine
super
with that
excited
because they're
for
giving
it.
us a lot of
Nothing
cool
like a
stuff.
good co-op. Many of you might already be familiar with this event by now, but there have been a few changes. Let me introduce what travelers can expect to see this time around. We can probably skip some of the basics this time. You know, players either hide or seek. And then...
Okay, wait a second. There actually might be some new travelers out there
Yeah.
who've never
Nice.
seen this event before. So why don't you start with some of the basics?
Right, good
You
point.
really don't
Okay,
have
let's start at the beginning then. This is a game with a long history in Mondstadt. Travelers will be split into 2 different sides, the Rebels and the Hunter. You will need to use skills and master the art of hiding or chasing down others to win this event. The goal of the Hunter is to capture all the Rebels, while the Rebels run or use other means to keep themselves from getting caught by the Hunter.
Okay, that's straightforward enough. So
Why
what else
are
got
you
for us?
moving?
Well, some travelers may remember
is the
playing as
night.
the Rebels and getting caught early in the game. Once that would happen, all you could do was spectate and watch the rest as the others continue playing. But this time around, once you're caught, you'll still be able to participate in the match even in observer mode.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Once you're in observer mode, you can't be seen by other players and will receive the Illusory Beacon skill. This skill will allow you to place a random beacon to confuse the Hunter. If your beacon successfully tricks the Hunter and is destroyed, then the Hunter will suffer an obscured vision effect.
So even after you've been captured, you can be like a little ghost, trying to help your teammates by disrupting the Hunter.
That is actually
That's
kind of
pretty
fun.
fun.
I like that.
And at least you won't have to sit there and just watch the rest of the match anymore.
And be dead.
Exactly.
You don't have to
But
be
what
just
does
dead.
The Hunter get this time? I mean, we gotta keep it fair.
Some new Windward arts have been added for both the Hunter and the Rebels.
Oh, what?
The Hunter will now be able to use the Hunter's Net. This net can be thrown and will remove any Rebel disguises within its range, and will notify the Hunter that a Rebel was detected. If a beacon is caught in the net, it'll be destroyed and the Hunter will not suffer from obscured vision.
Nice. So I guess if you love playing Hunter, you'll probably love this.
Oh yeah, you definitely
Wait,
should.
but
the skill
technically
Rebels
can't
used
you
in
just
previous
spam the
versions of
capture
games
thing
to place
anyway?
Beacons can now only be used by players in observer mode. However, the Rebels will be able to use an all-new Concealing Beacon skill. This skill will allow you to deploy a beacon for a set duration and remain invisible while you're around that beacon. All players, including your rebel teammates, will be unable to see you while you're invisible. If the concealing beacon is destroyed by the hunter, then the hunter will have their vision obscured for a short time. Sounds pretty fun, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so even if you end up being captured by the hunter at the start of the game, you'll still be able to participate and assist your teammates. And, did I mention Primo Gems and other rewards? The good stuff.
Yep.
Be sure to check it out.
Oh, that's awesome. Seriously, I can't wait to play with friends. Okay.
Those
our next
upgrades for the
event
Seeker
is
are kind
a
of so-so, I
combat-based
think.
event.
Just because
they're fun.
I think they're fun. I think that's what they're supposed to be.
In a forbidden place warded by dust and sand, mysterious foes have assembled lines of fortifications to stop your coming.
I see money.
That's right, a new edition of Misty Dungeon will arrive in version 3.3.
Heck yeah.
Sweet! But this time around, there will be a total of 7 trials with different themes awaiting you in the Misty Dungeon.
Nice.
Each has a different leyline disorder, and travelers will have to adjust their teams according to the disorder's effects and the distribution of enemies. There will also be trial characters for you to select from as well. After entering the domain, travelers will need to go and complete 3 challenges to collect ancient runes. After collecting power from 3 ancient runes, we can power up the control array and proceed to the final challenge. Also, throughout the trial,
Nahida
additional
nuke was
benediction
great.
mechanisms and challenges will appear. Travelers may choose to interact with these to increase the leyline disorder's effects or revive and heal your team.
You know, if it were up to me, I'd say just go for all the challenges.
I freaking love this event, so this will be fun.
Having more of it is fine with me.
Trial might be different, so be sure to check the objective and aim for that while proceeding. In terms of rewards, travelers can look forward to winning Primo Gems and
like
other
that.
They just took away the satisfying big numbers.
And last but not least, version 3.3 will
And
also
leyline
have
upsurge.
leyline overflow events.
Oh,
Travelers
okay.
can look forward to saving their resin and earning more Mora and
Well,
experience.
yeah, it's a new character,
That's
so of course
awesome.
you're
That'll
giving
be
us
great for all the
this.
travelers out there still leveling up all their new characters. And even if you don't need those resources now, it's always good to stock up and have more on hand, am I right?
Yeah. So, travelers looking to upgrade
Oh,
their
Daniel,
characters
if you want
won't
more
wanna miss
shrooms,
this.
you should just
Yeah,
do
I mean,
the
this is all
ley
kinds of
line.
I do that.
In
Oh,
addition
you
to
do
the
do
new
that?
version's
Yes, I do
limited
do
time
that.
event, version 3.3 will also
Let's
be
go!
adding a new permanent game mode called
Okay.
Genius Invocation TCG.
Genius Invokation TCG!
But before we get into that, let's take another quick break and enjoy a redemption code.
Really? We're gonna take a
Slap that
break?
code on the screen.
It's fine. It'll only be just for a little bit. It's fine. That's amazing. Also, why is Sucrose and Diona?
Diona
Yeah, I got the names right.
in the background? I don't know.
So Oz is looking
Pretty awesome.
pretty nice.
He's got some big, bushy eyebrows.
He does. It's always difficult to see that in game.
Yeah.
It's nice to see some art.
Welcome back, everyone. During our journey into VAT, we've stumbled across several NPCs talking about a game called Genius Invocation TCG. So next, we'll introduce this card game that's been taking to VAT by storm. In the version 3.1 special program, we already revealed that Genius Invocation TCG will be a card game where we can challenge various characters and NPCs or battle against your friends.
Yeah, nice.
There is actually a legend behind this game. It is said that a young guy in Sumeru found an ancient casket of tomes in the attic. He opened it and discovered that the soul of an ancient TCG player called the Crocodile King had been captured inside.
What a name.
It turns out that the Crocodile King was King Deshret's viceroy, who battled an opponent named the Ibis King. During the match, the Crocodile King fell prey to his opponent's scheme and was sealed away in the casket of tomes.
Ouch, game over.
After being unexpectedly
I got
released
trapped
by
for
the
a few
kid,
thousand years.
the Crocodile King possesses him and helps him to gradually climb the ranks to becoming a legendary TCG player.
So it was set.
Hang on, is it just
Sounds
me,
like
or does that kind of sound like the plot to a light novel or something?
That'd be
You're
silly.
right. It turns out that Yai Publishing House is about to release a hit light novel series based on Genius Invocation TCG.
Okay, now this is starting to sound like a plug for Yai Publishing House.
That'd be silly.
Maybe. But anyway, that's the legend on how Genius Invocation TCG came to be. Though it's probably just a story they came up with for
I'm
marketing
sure.
the game.
So while you were telling us about the story, I was over here researching the rules to the game. Basically, Genius Invocation TCG is a game where you use a constructed deck of cards to duel against an opponent.
Stuff.
The
Nice.
objective is to defeat all of your opponent's character cards.
That's right.
Also, there are many features and mechanics in the game that resonate with Genshin Impact.
I like that a lot.
So it shouldn't be too hard for players to get the hang of.
Right, I even saw some elemental reactions in the gameplay.
Oh,
Yup,
jeez.
a constructed deck must contain
Oh,
character
dude, that
cards.
boss card
And
looks
as you
so
might expect,
good.
these character cards have a normal attack, an elemental skill, and an elemental burst. So when a character card deals elemental damage to an enemy, it will cause them to be affected by that element. Then, you can switch to a character card of a different element and use their abilities to trigger an elemental reaction.
Wait, did you guys notice that there are even monster character cards? Can we even make a deck of, like, just the monsters from the game?
You're really getting into this, Max.
Heck yeah, I am!
Yeah, I was about to say, of course
I like
he
card
is.
games!
Who doesn't?
So in Genius Invocation TCG, all actions require you to spend elemental dice. Each round, both you and your opponent will roll 8 elemental dice.
This is way
Each of
deeper
these
than I
elemental dice
expected.
Can have any one of 8 elemental attributes.
Hold on.
Okay.
But there's only 7 elements in the world of Teyvat.
You're right. So in addition to the 7 standard elements, there's also one called the Omni element.
I just
The
saw
elemental
that.
dice required for a character card to perform an action correspond to the character's
you saying
element.
something?
So for example,
That's totally not a
pyro
new
character
element for the
like
future,
Dean
right?
needs
No.
either
Omni
pyro
element?
or Omni
No.
elemental dice to perform an action.
Then
Clear
that'd be
now?
silly.
That would be so ridiculous.
Crystal clear.
Also,
Even though that's like the
elemental
huge
dice can be
important
used to
symbol
switch
and
characters
stuff.
or play a variety of other cards,
No.
such as equipment cards, event cards, and support cards. All these cards create the potential
So
for a
is that
variety of
it? I wonder.
strategies.
Right. While playing Genius Invocation TCG,
What the-
travelers
what?
can earn player
Prince.
experience, which will increase your player level. As your level increases, you'll be able to challenge more characters and NPCs. By completing challenges, you may earn lucky coins, new cards, or other rewards.
Yes, okay, we
Lucky
do get a
coins
reward.
can be exchanged in the event shop for cards.
What?
Oh,
or
cards.
can even unlock dynamic
I saw the weapons
skins
and I went,
for
oh.
certain cards.
Dynamic skins? Those
Oh.
are cards that have moving illustrations, right?
That's right. All character
Take my
cards
fake
can
money now.
unlock a dynamic skin. After unlocking that, there'll even be a cool bonus animation whenever you cast that character's elemental burst.
Cool.
And if you're confident in your TCG skills, you can also invite a friend to duel. After reaching a high enough player level, you'll
you
even
can
unlock
matchmake.
a
I saw that
matchmaking
match.
mode. So be sure to give it a try.
Travelers should note that playing against your friends or other travelers won't count towards any leaderboards or provide any rewards. So you can relax.
Yes.
It's all just for fun. Okay, that's everything we have for Genius Invocation TCG, and that brings us to the end of today's special program.
Oh.
So, what did you think?
Why does it have to be over?
It's
There's
over,
so
I'm
much
sorry.
that this version has to offer.
Yeah, I can't even take it all in right
Flip!
now. I'm just super stoked to be part of this. I think I just gained some Kugaryoku points just doing this whole thing, so.
Okay, I need the
The
TCG game
characters look
as soon as
cool.
possible.
I know, what about
what is
Scarlet
that
hovering?
December.
that's insane.
I know,
It's
that's
like 2 weeks, I
awesome.
think.
That's super dope.
Something like that.
That's awesome,
No, I meant
and I
when the patch is
cannot
out.
wait
Or is it just
to
coming?
play in some of these events and mini games.
That's
I'm
when the
super
patch
excited.
drops, I think. Whenever the banner
This
ends.
was so fun. I'm really glad that we got to do the special program together.
I'm so happy I got to come back
Fucking
for
like
another
this
special
patch.
program. This is my 3rd time being on one of these, and I can't wait for number 4. I'm counting.
I'm so happy. This is my first one, so thank you for having me.
Doesn't it feel good?
Yes,
Doesn't
I
it feel
feel
good to
honored.
feel
I'll
special?
always take
Yeah.
Max
Do you feel
Middleman
special?
though, so I mean like
I really do. Thank you.
that's always a plus to me.
Well, I think this is the end of our special program. So I hope everyone enjoyed it, and we'll see you in game. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Dang.
That was
Bye,
really
everyone.
See you later!
How much longer of Sumeru do we have? I wonder.
If the rumor mill's, I haven't looked at specifics, but if the rumor mill is correct, it's gonna probably go to somewhere in 3.6 to 3.8. It's gonna be the normal.
I just realized we're not getting a new area with this.
No,
Interesting.
no, we're going back to Inazuma, which makes sense actually.
Oh, wait. Oh, they're not adding any new areas. Oh, wait, they're adding an entirely new game to the game.
Yeah. So you have the TCG coming. You have
This is the TCG update.
yeah. Well, this is also the breather update because like the last patch was insane how big it was.
Are you saying the last patch was a little intense?
Yes, it was.
Silly.
It was long. That was a lot of quests that they did.
A lot of quests. Not to mention the game developers in the background are also ironing out future Pokemon stuff.
Because I can only assume next patch will be even more quests, most likely.
Probably.
Dang. Okay. So I guess with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this reaction video.
Indeed.
And we hope you have an incredible rest of your day. Again, let us know what you thought of this live stream. That's the word.
Live
stream thing, this special program. And tell us, are you going to go for the Wanderer? Like, have you decided? Again, we're probably going to demo him first before we do anything, but he looks great.
Most likely I'm going to pull for him. I'm just going to be honest.
Okay.
His ult is just an orbital strike.
Well, his ult is also just like Hu Tao's. It's very quick.
It's very quick. I assume it just
probably
packs a huge punch.
Massive damage.
Because it's barely there for a second.
I am very excited for those artifact sets.
Oh, wait, let's go back.
Oh, yeah, we can do that, can't we?
We can do that. There you are.
Okay, animo damage by 15%. That's amazing. And then it's just increased damage by 40% all around. That's...
Okay, increases elemental 8. Mastery by 80. The equipping characters Bloom, Hyperbloom, and Burgoon. Reaction damage is increased by 40.
The fact that also that can stack with probably Nilou and Nahida, like empowering that.
Flippin'. Additionally, after the equipping characters trigger Bloom, Hyperbloom, and Purgeon, I don't know. They'll gain another 25% bonus to the effect mentioned prior.
Wait.
Each stack of this last 10 seconds. Max of 4 stacks simultaneously. This effect can only be triggered 1 per second. The character who equips this can still trigger the effect when not on field.
Wait, so
what the flip?
So wait, you're telling me that Nahida's gonna get stronger? Nahida teams
You're
are
buffing them? Thank you. They already nuked things completely. Who would you put this on your party? Just Nahida? Or would you combo this?
You may run... Okay,
Actually, this is more of this goes on someone else while Nahida still has her main set on, since this effect is triggered even not on the person.
On Nahida, you would probably run the Dendro set to get...
You'll probably just have this...
To get... Yeah. Nahida would get the Dendro damage buff, and she'd probably get the Dendro Shred. You'd want that. And then this would probably go on to Shogun Yaimiko. Would Flower of Paradise Lost go on to an on-field child? Wait, okay. Is it the Electro or is it the Hydro that gives you the elemental mastery damage? I don't know.
Question.
Yes.
They're not specifying, but if you have 2 characters with this on...
Yeah.
Does that stack?
Does that stack? You know, that is a great question because technically...
They're not specifying that it doesn't stack.
No, that's very interesting because, yeah...
Did they forget to do that, or is that a thing?
I think EM goes solely off of... I think the damage goes solely off of the character that procs it. But technically, when you run a Hydro, Electro, Dendro team, you're doing Dendro and Hydro, and then Electro, then the Dendro core. So that's 2 people that have to trigger the effect. Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question.
No, I'm talking about the 4-piece set.
No, I know. So you're saying, though, if both triggers are happening, does it literally stack twice? I don't know. I mean, there's a potential chance for 140% damage increase here. So can you stack that twice? I'm going to say no. I'm just going to say no to not get my hopes up.
They're not saying that it's not.
If that's a potential for 280%, for a 280% damage increase, that's a bit nuts. I'm going to say no.
I mean, I don't know. Things are seeming to... Actually, wait, if they actually do allow this, that means things coming in the future are going to be even harder.
I just thought Nahida couldn't get any better because she's already like... I think you could argue that Nahida is the best or one of the best characters in the game right now.
Especially if you 6-star her and get the freaking Oblivion. Then it's just done, man.
Oh yeah, her C6.
Then
her
she
C6
just
dead.
is.
Her C2 is amazing, actually.
Her C2, but her C6, that freaking Oblivion.
C2 and
does
C6.
so much damage. It's not even funny.
You don't even need C6. C6 is just like, now you're just memeing. Now you're
C6
memeing.
is just control deleting everything.
C2 for Nahida is just like Shogun C2, where it's just like, C2
really nice.
breaks the character because C2 on Nahida gives her crit chance on Hyperbloom
C1
stuff.
just gives you some extra bonus, especially if you're running like 2 like Hydro and then 1 Electro, or 2 Electro and 1 Hydro. You're just getting the full bonus then.
Yeah.
If you're going one of those 2 teams, you're like, oh, so I'm getting my bang for my buck.
So you'll probably also build Flower of Paradise. I can only assume that Dia is going to be somehow a Virgin character, right?
The best part about it, you don't even have to freaking worry about the stats on it. You're just going for just 4 pieces of it, and your damage is just done.
Yeah, no. If you go for stats, you're going to want like
stats, obviously.
I guess you just will go full crit rate, crit damage in Elemental Mastery, EM on that, because this is giving you your Hyper Bloom, your Virgin damage increase, your Bloom damage, and so I guess you really could just go for EM on all your pieces if you wanted to. You could just go straight EM, get to the 1000 EM and be good. Question also, on top of all of the things I've already thrown at you.
Yeah.
The 4-piece set for the Animo thing is when charge attack hits the opponent. Does that also count as a plunge? Plunge is not a charge attack, right?
No, it's not counted.
So you'll have to just like use your spear thrust as Xiao, I guess, before you do anything, and then you just dash twice and then plunge. I mean, for 15 seconds, that's a very long buff. So.
I wonder if anyone's going to put that on Hu Tao. That 2-piece bonus would be absolutely useless. But it'd be funny.
Yeah, what would you? Would that be good on Hu Tao?
I mean, obviously not for like big damage.
No, I don't know. You could argue that, man. If you got a Pyro on the goblet and okay, the 2-piece set is garbage for Hu Tao.
Would be genuinely useless.
It's literally useless, but the charge attack and plunge attack damage. I mean,
plunge attack doesn't matter, but
what do you run on Hu Tao? She runs the Evaporate set, right? And stuff, the Pyro, the straight Pyro, right? That's what you run.
She's just like
she's straight Pyro, yeah.
But I don't know, man.
That's got potential for Hu Tao.
I'm getting the set anyway. I'm going for the Flowers of Paradise Lost. I'm gonna get the freaking wind one anyway, so it doesn't matter to me.
Flip. I guess that's the end of this video, isn't it?
Probably.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
That was a lot.
I'm excited.
This looks very good.
Free Primos for beating up AI? Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna freaking beat me up. That's what they're gonna do.